Hi, welcome to Friday Night Chats with Garage Geek. I tried to get here fast enough to turn on the video when I turned on the music, but I missed a little bit at the beginning. So I played a record in my last video, and then I was talking about comics, and I kind of liked how it turned out. I did get a lot of copyright on it, but I wasn't blocked. And I know other YouTubers like play full albums while they're doing their chat, and so I really want to know, what do you think? Because I kind of think like I'm straining my voice while I'm trying to do this. I can turn it down, of course. But I don't know. Do you think it's good to play the music in the background? So for this one, I'm playing this album, Songs of the Norwegian Fjords. And this is really the first time I'm listening to this album, so I'm kind of hearing it with you. And this song is called There Are Always Boats That Are Homeward Bound. So, there you go. I'm going to be talking about some movies, a book that I listened to, a couple of record store day items. I might go over some comics that I've been reading, but I'm not sure about that. So, let me grab my iPad. Some big news in my household. So, as you know, that I've had foster kids for like the last 8 months, 7.5, 8 months. And today they went back with their mother. So, it's very nice. We're happy that all's well, that ends well. It was a lot of responsibility, and now we're going to, be able to go back to our lives before the foster kids. So, it's a good and a bad thing. Of course, we're going to miss the kids, but they're only about 45 minutes away, and, they're family, so we visit them anyway, periodically. All right, so I'm going to talk about a movie that I really wanted to watch because I'm a big fan of that guy right there. I just think he's really hot. And he plays Luke Cage in the Marvel shows. And this movie is called Plane. And it starred Gerard Butler, and that's Mike Coulter. And this was a fun movie. It's exactly what you think it would be. So let me tell you the name of this next song. Let me turn it up so you can hear it a little bit. Tell me, seagull. It's very pretty. Okay, I'll turn it back down a little bit. And this is very action, popcorny. There's a flight that doesn't have very many passengers on it, and he's at the last minute, he's a prisoner that is being transported from one place to another. The plane crashes in a very unfriendly zone, and these two have to work together to try to save all the rest of the passengers. Like I said, it is what it is, but it's a fun action movie, and I would recommend it if you want a popcorn movie and some really nice eye candy. The next thing that I watched was the 6th episode Walking Dead show, Dead City. Now this focuses on Negan and oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on her name. But anyways, Maggie. So this is the second in the 6 episode shows that I watched. The first one was the one with Michonne and Rick. So this one is, like I said, Negan and Maggie. And Maggie's son gets kidnapped by someone who used to work with Negan. And since Negan knows him, Maggie enlists him to go and help get her son back in. And the enemy is situated in Manhattan. It was there was a lot of really, really interesting things about this, and I'm going to say overall that I really enjoyed it. There were a couple of moments that you're just like, okay, because they had a budget, and they're going through the sewers of New York, and there's this methane gas, and they got to get through there quickly, but they made the sets, and they like walk through the sets, and they stop a lot and talk to each other, and it's because they only have limited sets, but in my mind I'm thinking, you got to get through these sewers fast. I mean, like, or you're gonna be like overpowered by this gas. But whatever, it was just one part of the show. The characters of Maggie and Negan are explored and kind of flip-flopped in this, and it was interesting to see. Hold on, we're on song number 3, which is "Give My Love to Those at Home." Wow, nice. So Maggie is desperately trying to get her son back, and she's kind of turning into what Negan used to be, doing whatever it will take. And Negan is trying to protect somebody that he really loves, and he will also do whatever it takes, but in a way that was what Maggie used to be, with tenderness and with kindness. And if he does something cruel, it's only to protect that person. It was an interesting way that these two characters were flip-flopping, and it ends on a dramatic note. And I thought, I really would like to see a second season of this show. I don't know if they'll make one, but yeah, this was, I think, of the two that I watched, this one was better, although I did like the one with Rick and Michonne. That one had a lot of, what I said, like some kind of like, a lot of romance in it. And this one, these two aren't romantically entwined. They're just forced to work together, even though they hate each other. And Maggie is still, after all these years from the show, I mean, I think her child is at least 10 or 12. I mean, he looks like he's a teen. So she's been dealing with this trauma for a long time of what Negan did. But anyways, I talked about that show enough, I guess. I enjoyed this, and like I said, I would like to see another season of Dead City. The last movie that I watched was Venom: Last Dance, starring Tom Hardy. Now, Tom Hardy is obviously a really good actor, and so is another actor in this. His name is... it's hard for me to remember his name. Egio Welchiotafor? I probably mess that up, but that guy's a good actor. And it kind of makes me sad to see Tom Hardy and Mr. Ejiofor in this movie, because they're so much better than this material. But hey, they need to pay the bills too. So I went into this movie thinking I wasn't going to like it very much, and I actually ended up liking it. It was better than the first. Now, Tom Hardy's voice as Venom just kind of rubbed me the wrong way in the first movie. I think maybe they got like used to it, or they got better at it, or maybe I'm used to it. It didn't bug me so much. Okay, so this is a 4th song, and this one is called Anywhere I Go. All right, so back to Venom. Would I highly recommend this movie? No, I just enjoyed it. If you don't have anything else to watch and you like, Marvel action movies, then watch this. It's better than Kraven, which I actually liked as well. It's not as bad as the first one. I would say this is a 3.5 out of 5. It's a fun watch. I want to talk a little bit about Record Store Day. So I went through the Record Store Day list, and the one thing I don't like about the website I always look at is they really don't have the pictures of the albums. Sorry, I had to, my nose was itchy. So I wish they had the album art that I could look at, but one album that kind of stuck out to me was the Alan Parsons Project's Pyramid: Work in Progress. And I think this is material that's all available on the deluxe edition or on the CDs. I think I have this material because when I started listening to it, I was like, oh, this sounds familiar. But the album cover, if you buy it, looks like that. And I said to myself, well, I understand why it's like that. It's a work in progress. But who wants to buy that? It's just, I don't know. To me, I get why they're doing it. It feels kind of lazy. I would have preferred a reworking of the album, or maybe a more primitive version of the album art, because Pyramid #1 is such a great album. Oh, you know what? Maybe I don't have this. I'm thinking, because I have the deluxe edition, no, I think I do have Pyramid as well. That was like a major brain fart. But anyways, actually the album art on Pyramid is not that great. I'm totally messing this up. I'm thinking of iRobot. But the album art isn't bad on Pyramid, but I just think since this was their breakout album, I think they had like a really major hit with games people play on this. They could have had better art. But again, I'd really like to know what you think, but because this album is going to be $30, and like, do you really want to buy it like that? All right, and that leads me to my next one. We're going to talk about the next song. The 5th song is The Bosun's Waltz. Let's hear it a little bit. It's nice. All right, turn it down a little bit. Now I'm going to talk about this release. I'm not sure if it's a record store day release or what, but it's called Bruce Springsteen's The Lost Albums. And for $350, this is what you get. A bunch of albums in cardboard sleeves. This is what it looks like, and those are the names of the albums. And I actually heard a track or two off of this. Sounds great. I'm not the biggest Springsteen fan, but it does sound really good. But, I mean, seriously, is that lazy packaging or what? I mean, if I ever got that, if somebody ever gifted it to me, I would draw all over those covers. This is just lazy packaging. And I get it. They're lost albums, so they never made album art for it. But put something on those sleeves. This is just lazy. I don't know. And I'm probably so wrong. This will sell out and be worth, double the price. But I wouldn't want it. It's just so ugly. Get the CD. The last thing that I want to talk to you about, this isn't going to be a very long Friday night chat, I guess, is a book that I listened to. Now, this was quite a long book. It was 27 hours. And that is the second book. I'm trying to pull it up. In the After Dune trilogy, which is Dune, House Harkonnen. The first one was called Dune, House Atreides. This next one is House Harkonnen, and the third one is House Carino. It's actually not after Dune. It was written after Dune by the son and Kevin J. Anderson, but it was written after Dune, but it's actually a prequel to Dune. And since I finished the second book, the books are all so far. Each book goes like one right. It's like telling one big story. The 3 books, I'm going to assume. And this book was just as good as the second one. I've already downloaded the third one. It basically takes all these characters from the different houses. It doesn't just focus on one house like the cover suggests, but it takes all the 3 houses and other characters and mixes them in throughout each of the 3 books. So you're getting this, a continuous story told from different characters' points of view, and it goes through the story that way. It kind of, a lot of books are done this way, but it does remind me of the way that Game of Thrones was done. where you would have one character, and then you'd get a large chapter, and then you'd move on to another character, and it would move the story forward. The chapters aren't as long as the Game of Thrones ones, but it's very similar, where you're getting these character snippets, and you're moving through the story by going through different characters in the different houses. I know that there's a lot of people out there who dislike these books online. They do get, because they're not written by, Frank Herbert, who is, a much better writer. But these books so far have been very action-packed, and they've been keeping me going. And I'm very curious to see how the story will continue. The characters are all compelling, even the evil ones. I've been really enjoying the interplay of the houses and how all the politics. They're just a lot of fun, and for 27 hours to keep you going, I think that's a pretty major feat. So this book is, again, for me, recommended, and I will probably be reviewing the third one soon. Since I have a week off, I think I forgot to mention that this is my first day off of spring break. I'm going to be doing a lot in my garage, but I have some extra time to listen to some books, and unfortunately I have two really long books that I need to listen to. They're due at the library. One is Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann, and the other one is Solenoid, which is on the Booker. It was on the Booker Prize International long list, but it didn't make it to the short list. That doesn't bother me, because sometimes the long listed ones are better than the short listed ones, but not. I mean, as a rule, not. But sometimes they are. And I don't know if we moved on to the last song yet. But it would be The Land of the Midnight Sun. If this is the end of the album, I got to jump up and stop it. But I think I've said everything that I need to say for this episode. It's a very short one. That is the end of the album. So I'm going to use this as the opportunity to sign off. It's a very short Friday night chat for all of you out there, but I didn't actually do much. It was just basically getting through this week so that I could, get to my April. What is it called? Not April Fool's Week. My spring break. So yeah. Again, everybody, thank you for all the support.